This is the Yudo Pi 1. Yudo is one of a number of new Chinese manufacturers that have started building EV cars. This car is actually quite unusual for one big reason, in that this car actually exists. With a lot of these manufacturers, there's been a lot of noise coming from them. They've produced very expensive concepts with often very fancy sounding names. We've had companies like the French sounding Le C, the German sounding Weitmeister and Byton, but generally these manufacturers have yet to actually produce production cars. This company not only has a car here in the flesh, which we can buy today, but it actually makes the car itself. Unlike NIO, which recently launched a car, but actually uses JAC to produce the car. This is what we have. It's a small SUV. Now this car can do a range of supposedly around about 330 kilometers. There is a shorter ranged version, which is called City Range, which can do around about 200 kilometers on a charge. The prices of these cars start at a very reasonable 74,000 or so RMB, I think 74,900 to be precise, which really for such a car is actually quite reasonable. That, I should mention, is after government subsidies. What we have here anyway is a quite basic interior, but what can you expect really for the price? The materials here are actually quite soft touch, which is good for the price point, although on the sides and further on the dashboard they are quite hard plastics, but that can be expected really for this kind of price range. As you can see, we have quite brisk acceleration from the word go, because with an electric car it's got high torque right from the beginning, unlike a petrol car where it needs to build the engine up. Now this is actually, as I mentioned, quite a cheap electric car compared with many of the other electric cars that are being put out in China. And in some ways that's actually a good thing, because a lot of the other cars are actually really Tesla competitors. And there's an issue with that, in that are Chinese people really going to pay that much money for a Chinese-made car without particularly a well-known brand name, etc. It's quite amazing really if you think about that probably about 2-3 years ago this company had not actually made a car, and the final result is actually not bad.